Hello, my dear friends. Can you hear me? I hope that you can hear me well. As right now it's time for us to do our homework together, okay? So are you ready? I hope that you are. Let me tell you what we are going to do today, okay? Then you'll be able to take everything that you will need. Today we are going to work with our treasure chest. Yeah, I hope that you remember that several lessons ago we started to work with treasure chest, and I explained you that how to keep your journal, how to keep your notebook, what topics there are in this treasure chest, and how we are going to work with it. Right now, we are going to discuss and work with the story Lazy Jack from your blue book. So you will need it. Take it, please. Here is the book. Let me open it. Can I open it? Yes, I can. Yeah, here is the book that we are going to work with. And that is our first story. Let me make it a bit smaller. Yeah, Lazy Jack. So in this story, there are several expressions that I would like us to write down in the treasury chest. But before we start working with the text, let's go back to the treasury chest. Yeah, and let me tell you what topics there are. Can I make it bigger? Yes, I can. In the notebook that we are going to work with. In the treasury chest, there are 8 parts, 8 topics. Yeah, let me write them down. If you have to write them down with me, if you have already done it, just sit and listen. Okay, this is our treasure chest. Yeah, the thing that the pirates what each pirate wants to find, because each pirate wants a lot of gold. I think not only a pirate, but each person wants to find a treasure chest with gold, maybe some necklaces, rings, coins, golden cups. But in English, treasury chest is something that is filled with some knowledge, with the words and the grammar. So that is what we are going to work. The first part of it is appearance. Appearance is something a person look like, yeah? I hope, oh my gosh, what is happening? Let me type it normally. Appearance, how you look like, yeah? Whether you're beautiful or ugly, about the color of your hair, the way you dress, everything. Personality, it's about your character, about your characteristics, the features of your character, about what kind of person you are, an angry person, a brave person, a shy person, yeah, a talkative person. So, part number 3 deals with feelings and emotions. I think it's quite clear, yeah? I feel happy, I feel terrified, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm excited, different kinds and types of emotions. Next one is thoughts. The way I think, what I think about, yeah, what's happening in my head. Number 5 is about weather and environment. For example, today's weather is really nice. It's quite sunny. It is cloudy, but it's warm, so I don't have to take a jacket with me, and that's lovely. In September, I like that kind of weather because soon it's going to be very, very cold, isn't it? So, oh my God, weather and environment, yeah? Please check everything you've texted in your notebook because maybe you made some mistakes, yeah, and this is one more opportunity for you to check the way you wrote it and find out whether you've done everything correctly or maybe you've done some mistakes. Number 6 is about people's actions, or not maybe people's actions, one's actions, the way you move, the way you do, yeah, oh my god, movement or motion. Or also, let's write down actions, because here we will write the actions. Here, what people do, how they can move, so on and so forth. Number 7 is storytelling. The way you can start a story, once upon a time, and so on and so forth. And the last group is others, the words that we can't put in any of those groups above, but we have to write them down because they're really interesting and really nice. So, Let us go on. These are 8 groups that we are going to have in our treasury chest. Please highlight all of them. Yeah, you always have to see that these are the highlighted options when you work, and it will be easier for you to find everything you work with. So let's start with reading a story. Once upon a time, all the time you write something, you have to write down the whole sentence, okay? And this is our first word combination that we have to write. What do we write here? Once upon a time, there was a boy whose name was Jack. We have to write down the whole sentence, okay? I'll put everything away that you don't need. You have to write the whole sentence. Where do you write it? Let me tell you. You write it in part 7, yeah? 7, storytelling. Here is the place where you write it. So please open part 7, take a pen, write down the sentence. Once upon a time, there was a boy whose name was Jack. And highlight, as I've done it with a yellow marker, with a different marker or pencil, highlight it, okay? Wonderful. We go on. What else do we need? They were very poor, and the old woman made her living by spinning. What does it mean, made her living? She worked, yeah? So you have to write down the whole sentence in your notebook, in the treasure chest. They were very poor, and the old woman made her living by spinning. It means she made money, yeah? Made money or worked. So let me close everything that we don't need. Everything. Okay, how can I make it properly? They were very old, and the old woman made her living by spinning. And in the notebook, you have to write it down. What does it mean? Work, make money. Yeah, how you work, how you make money. She did it by spinning. That's how she made money. And where can we put it? What do you think? Let me look. Personality, no. Feelings, no. I think motions. It's number 6, yeah? Number 6. Movement. You write it. They were poor, and the old woman made her living by spinning. Let's go on. He did nothing but. So she had a very lazy son, and he did nothing but lie in the sun in the hot weather. In the summer, just like this, you can write it. Yeah, you don't need everything. You don't really need everything. You have to write down some a sentence that will help you to understand what it means. He did nothing. He was lazy. He did nothing but lie in the sun. For example, you can say that during my holidays, I did nothing but went to work. Yeah. Or I usually do nothing during my holidays. I do nothing by staying in bed and watch some videos. You put it in the storytelling. Yeah, it's number 7, storytelling. That is the part of the treasury chest where you put it. He did nothing, but Jack was so lazy that he did nothing but lie in the sun in the hot weather in summer. As far as I remember, we all wrote down, yes, silly boy, foolish boy. But now we are going to work with one more sentence. Let's go on with a different one. His mother couldn't make him work. At last, one Monday, she said to him, if you don't begin to work for your porridge, oh, no, I need yellow color to highlight. If you don't begin to work, yeah, for your porridge, you have to start working for your porridge, I will turn you out of the house. Turn you out of the house. Yeah, if you don't begin to study well and to be a very good student, I'll turn you out of the classroom. That is something that you have to write down in your treasure chest, and we'll put it, let me think, we'll put it in, no, not the storytelling, actions and motions, okay? If you don't begin, it will be in number 6. Movements, motion, and actions. If you don't begin to work for your porridge, I'll turn you out of the house. And you can draw some pictures. Yeah, for example, you'll get out of the house. That will be very serious. Yeah. Let's go on. Let me see whether the video is working. Wonderful, wonderful. We have so many other things to write down. What else was there? Hired himself for a day. Yeah, Jack hired himself. What does it mean, hired? I go to work and I was hired by the boss of the Burakov Center. Yeah, I hired by somebody. It means I started to work. Neighboring farmer for a penny. What does it mean to hire yourself? Means start working. Yeah, start working. You also have to write it down, okay? And we'll put it also in movement and motion, yeah? Also number 6, everything that is happening. So on Tuesday, he went out and hired himself for a day to a neighboring farmer for a penny. Please highlight it. He hired himself. He hired himself for a day to a cowman, to a butcher, to a farmer, to somebody else. I don't really remember. Many things were there. Yes, start working. Write it down in motions and movements. Let's go on. What will be our next sentence? Milk was all spilled. Was all spilled. You have to draw it maybe. Yeah, spilled milk, because there are some other pictures that are very important. Let's see. Spilled milk. Spilled milk, what is it? We need a picture. We need a picture. Will we be able to see when you have some milk in the cup, in the glass, and then the milk is spilled? Please draw a picture of it, okay? Write in your treasury chest. The milk was spilled. This is what you have to draw. And of course, you have to write down the whole sentence. So what is the sentence? Let's read it together. But the milk was all spilled long before he got home. He didn't have any milk. And it also can, what is it? The milk was all spilled. Can we put it in weather and environment? Of course not. Movement and motion. Movement and motion. One more time again. We'll put it in number 6. Movement and motion. But the milk was all spilled long before he got home. Homework. Number 7, storytelling. Okay, storytelling. It's number 7. By the time he got home, the cheese was all spoiled. This sentence. And one more thing that you'll have to write down with the same sentence but in a different part. The cheese was all spoiled. What is spoiled cheese? Well, bad cheese, yeah? This kind of cheese that is not really tasty. Spoiled cheese that you can't eat because it's bad. It is bad. Can you see spoiled cheese? It can, yeah, it can melt. It can have something on it like mushrooms. Oh, that's disgusting. Spoiled bad cheese. Let's go on. So I want you to write it down in number 6, okay? Movements and motions. Movements and motions. The cheese was spoiled. It got different. That's what you have to write it down. By the time he got home, the cheese was all spoiled, okay? By the time he got home, the cheese was all spoiled. I want you to write it down in number 6. Movement, okay? Movement, motion. And highlight this part. So, let's turn the page over and let's go on. What else can we write in our treasure chest? There are several words that I highlighted in my own book, and I'd like you to write them down. What else was of interest for me? This sentence. Jack took the cat, began to carry it very carefully. I just want us to highlight it, to carry it very carefully, okay? What can you carry very carefully? Something really precious or dangerous or something that can be broken, yeah? So that is something that we have to write down in our treasure chest. Jack took the cat and began to, but in a short time, yeah, carried it carefully in his hands, but in a short time the cat scratched him. Oh no. Scratched him. You can draw scratches so much that he let it go. Let it go. So we'll write it down in number 6, motions and movements, okay? And you'll have to write down the whole sentence in the treasury chest. So let it go. Everything, the whole sentence. Jack took the cat and began to carry it very carefully in his hands, but in a short time the cat scratched him so much that he let it go. Now, we take the same, oh no, okay, we take the same sentence. Take the same sentence. Let me show you which sentence we're going to take. The same sentence, but we're going to write it down in a storytelling part, okay? Because there is a wonderful expression, in a short time. It means very fast, yeah? In a short time. In a short time, not in short. In a short time, the cat. So you have to write down the whole sentence. Jack took the cat and began to carry it very carefully. In number 7, yes, storytelling. And began to carry it very carefully in his hands, but in a short time the cat scratched him so much that he let it go. So, let it go is to say goodbye and don't touch anything anymore. In a short time means very fast, yeah? So, we are going to discuss some other actions that happened. I wanted to speak about this sentence. You should have tied a string to it and drag it along after you. So tie the string. What did he have to do? What did Jack have to do? Tie a string. Oh, no, 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 no. You'll have to draw it, okay? Tie a string to a cat, maybe. Can you tie a string? No. Yeah, like this. You can take a string and tie it to an animal. To an animal. Which animal will we see if we Google it like this? You take a string, no, and you tie it to an animal like this. There is a camel in the picture, yeah? And there is a string. 1 second, it has to be downloaded. And there is a string that is tied to the camel, yeah? You have to draw it in your treasury chest. So what did Jack have to do, and which sentence are we going to work with right now? Let me tell you. You silly boy. Oh no, let me make it white. You should have tied a string to it and drag it along after you. So I'll do so another time, said Jack. Tie a string and drag it. Please just draw this in the treasury chest. It will be also number 6, movements and motions. Open it and write it down. You silly boy, you should have tied a string to it and drag it along. Okay, and I'll do so another time. Next word combination that I'd like you to write down in storytelling. Now it happened then. On his way home, he passed the house. So he passed the house of a rich man. You have to write down this very sentence. Now it happened so, yeah. On his way home, he passed the house of a rich man. And where do you put it? Of course, you put it in number 7, storytelling. Okay? Double L. So story, not double E, not double E, 1 E. I'm so sorry for making this mistake. I was just typing it very fast. Storytelling, and highlight it. Now it happened. What happened? Now it happened that Jack was passing the house of a very rich man. And his daughter was deaf and dumb. Do you remember it? We'll write it about personality, by the way. Yeah, so at last we have to take something else but the 7th and the 6th part. So let's see which sentence we're going to write. The man had only one daughter who was a beautiful girl, but she was deaf and dumb. And we'll write it down to personality, I think, yeah? Personality, not appearance, just personality. Open part 2. You'll write it in part 2, personality, and write down the whole sentence, okay? Deaf and dumb, deaf and dumb. She didn't hear, she didn't speak. You have to write it. Does not hear, doesn't speak. Just like this. This person doesn't hear, doesn't speak. Deaf and dumb. Write down the sentence in the second part of the treasury chest. Personality, okay? Personality. Wonderful. She was beautiful. Of course, it's about appearance, but I don't think we have to write it down in a treasury chest, okay? So, what's happening? Everything. Oh, our video is so long right now. We have to finish it as fast as we can. Let's do it. And there are like several more things that I'd like us to write it down. Now it happened that this young lady was looking out of the window when Jack was passing with the donkey on his shoulders. The sight was so funny and strange. The sight was so funny and strange. Let's write it down, yeah? The sight was so funny and strange. The whole sentence. The sight was so funny and strange that she burst out laughing, and at once found that she could hear and speak. What do we have to write down? The sight was so funny and strange. It's about number 1. It's about appearance, okay? Appearances. At least we have it. Appearance. The sight of the story. It's not about the person, yeah, but how it looks like. Okay, and also we can highlight something else. That she burst out laughing. What about it? It's about emotions. Burst out laughing. It's about number 3, of course. Number 3, feelings and emotions. Ha 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 ha, she burst out laughing. Feelings and emotions. You have to write the same sentence but with something else highlighted. In number 3, the sight was so funny and strange that she burst out laughing and at once found that she could hear and speak. So that's it. What else can we write down in the same part, yeah, in the feelings and emotions? So the mother lived with them in great happiness. She lived with them in great happiness. Just live in great happiness with somebody. When you feel happy with somebody and you live in great happiness. So they lived in a large house. Write the whole sentence in number 3, feelings and emotions, yeah? Lived with them in great happiness, very happily. You can draw a smile here, until she died. She was a very happy woman because his son found a woman who was rich and she didn't have to go on making her living by spinning. She didn't have to find money for food, yeah, because they were provided for, just like this. So now I think that our work is done, and I hope that you've finished it all completely. If you need, you can listen to this audio one more time again. Don't worry, it's not a problem. You will really have to write down all of the words that I've spoken about in your treasure chest. And during the lesson, I would like you to bring me your treasure chest and show me what you've done, yeah? All of the exercises, all of the words, all of the pictures, all of the descriptions that I've spoken about have to be in your treasure chest, okay? So please make sure you've finished it, you've written everything down, and you've made your homework for the next lesson. That will be very nice. And now it's time for us to finish working. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your work. I'll be very happy if you show me your homework during the lesson. See you next time. Now, let me say goodbye to you and let me let you go. Goodbye.